Hello guys, it is the Gaming Weasel back again with another video, and in today's video we're going to be talking about Inaros and Inaros Prime build video. Couple disclaimers: I'm not recording this for live, so I'm going to be trying to just keep up with the pace with the video so everything goes smoothly. But you know, getting quickly started into this, we're going to talk about his abilities. So his passive is going to be, while bleeding out, Inaros becomes entombed in a protective sarcophagus. He can revive himself by draining the life force from nearby enemies and allies. This is honestly pretty cool. We have Desiccation and Devour, Sandstorm, and of course Scarab Swarm. The most useful abilities are gonna be Devour and this, what's it called, Scarab Swarm. Yes, Desiccation is pretty cool for blinding enemies, but for example, Sandstorm is a really bad ability. So we have Devour, hold power to trap target in quicksand and draw them in for devouring. Now this virtually steals the health off of the enemies, gives health back to you, which is really cool. And then we have Scarab Armor or Scarab Swarm, which creates Scarab Armor and gives you 100% increased armor, which is really cool. And of course, if you press your 4 again, you will gift, I guess, that armor to your allies, your health, sorry. So for the weapons, here we have the Kulash Shillig, I think it's called. Yes, it is the Kulash Shillig. I have to actually double check it even if I'm recording this afterwards. The Kubanu Core, of course, and the Cedo is going to be our primary. So the thing is, Inaros is not really a frame that kills with his abilities. He does heavily rely on his weapons, so you have to keep that in mind. And as you can see in the gameplay, I did charge up my Scarab Swarm and I'm getting my health back, and I am gonna summon level 150 heavy gunners. Honestly, Inaros for me is a pretty boring Warframe. I mean, you press your 4 a couple times, you press your 2 a couple of times, and then you just arrive. I mean, there's honestly no point in that. As you can see, they're draining like nothing of my health. Inaros is, and actually was, one of the first frames to just have health and not have any shields actually equipped. So that was, I guess, really cool for him. But I can't really say it does downgrade him, but you know, it is a really cool thing to have just health. So as you can see, pretty much basically what you're gonna have to do is, you know, activate your 4, then activate your second ability, drain the actual health from the enemies that you're gonna down, of course, blind them with Desiccation, if I said that correctly, I think that's what it's called. You know, apply status effects with your status effect applier weapons, and then just attack them with a melee weapon and kill them, and that's mostly it. There isn't really, I guess, a lot to talk about here. It's pretty basic and simple gameplay. That's why I don't really actually like Inaros, because he is survivable, he's really cool, but I honestly think there are better Warframes for surviving and actually being fun at the same time. And those Warframes I will be covering, you know, in future videos as well. So, you know, you have to keep that in mind as well. You know, just gotta keep that up, and pretty much it is a rinse and repeat game. You know, all you do is activate your 4, deactivate it if you need it sometimes, and if your allies need it sometimes, and then, you know, suck up the enemy's health, get your health back, and then just apply your status effects, kill the enemies, and that is pretty much it. He is pretty much a very basic Warframe, and I don't really like playing him. As I said, he's pretty boring. Now for the build, we have a Corrosive Projection to reduce the enemy armor, Augur Secrets, Armored Agility, Gladiator Resolve, Adaptation, Prime Continuity, Prime the Vigor, Umbral Vitality, Umbral Fiber. I kind of went the other way around, but you get the point. Prime Continuity can definitely be changed out for something else. I actually don't know even why I have it on here. Probably because of the duration of the second and the fourth, while, you know, so the enemies stay inside of that like sand shadow form, I guess. But you can definitely switch that V polarity into a D polarity, so you can put Armored Agility on there, and you can put Umbral Intensify, which isn't gonna help you a lot, to be perfectly honest with you, but you know, you definitely can. Now, Inaros can have a lot more health than I am showing right here, because Prime Vigor is of course not maxed out, and of course Umbral Vitality is not maxed out, neither is Umbral Fiber, so you can have much more armor and much more health than I have right here. But I honestly, what I did in my train of thought is I didn't really need to show you guys that, you know, even if I were to max it out, you're just gonna survive for longer. A boring frame for me is always gonna be a boring frame, no matter on how long he survives. So, you know, there's that. I will be equipping Umbral Intensify right now just to show you. It increases the armor a little bit, increases the power strength, but power strength is not, you know, like 100% needed on him. But you know, that's